地上最強コンビ囚われのご飯を救え。
What's up, guys? It's Rob from Ungeek, and
Yo, Nico here from Ungeek.
all right, so we're looking at this new DBZ Kakarot gameplay straight from Tokyo Game Show, and it's in Japanese.
Yeah.
So me and Niccolo were sort of playing this. Well, I was holding the controller, he was there watching, and admittedly, it was a bit tough to go about.
They didn't even have an English guide for it.
There was a guy, but it was incomplete. Or at least it wasn't exactly
That's
something.
why you were struggling with this part.
Okay, just to go into that. Traversal, you're looking at us, me going through the traversal with the Clinton Cloud. My god, I have to say, sadly, as much as I like this game overall, traversal was kind of clunky.
Well, maybe it's because it's like you just picked it up first. Maybe it gets better once.
True, but just so basically, why I do say it's clunky. Maybe some improvements can be made, or maybe you can get used to it. But you have one button to ascend, one button to descend. It's not exactly if you're looking at this direction, that's where you'll fly.
Okay, so it's separate from your view.
Right.
Okay, that's going to take some time getting used to, for sure.
Exactly. So anyway, but I actually, especially after I played this, I did some research into the English videos that are around in the internet. I have to say, after all of that, I'm super, super excited for this game.
Okay.
Alright, so, well, let's break it down. Well, like I said, first, traversal was a bit weird. And so, like here, you can see, I actually lost the Clinton Cloud.
Well, traversal is not everything that you do.
Right, for sure. But it is kind of fun. I mean, you get to see him to fly, Clinton Cloud, you get to run really quickly across everything. On the upper right of your screen, you'll see the Dragon Radar.
Okay.
In the Dragon Radar, you will have a bunch of quests, both canon and non-canon. You'll have some quests, side quests that you can do, which gives you typical RPG. It does affect your level. It gives you some consumables.
So it's a semi-open world.
Right. And here you can see some random battles.
Okay.
But before we get into that, I just do want to say, yes, there are quests. There's even a fishing mode, which is weird that Goku still has his tail, but it's in his pocket and he can easily connect it up his butt. And he uses that to fish.
Okay. So, talk me through combat.
Alright, so combat is amazingly fun. So this is an action RPG. All of the other elements that we discussed, that is the RPG way. However, with this, it's very close to what Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and the studio behind this is CyberConnect.
Okay, so
if they're more, you'd be more familiar with them through the narrative of the Storm franchise, and it's very much like that. It's a kind of combat where it's locked to your opponent, and you just get to like go towards them. And yeah, see, after finishing an opponent, you get a ranking, you get a level, and this is where this entire game shines. You're seeing now the Raditz part of the game. This is where we went to the main quest. And you get to play through very, very iconic moments of the franchise. I've seen through several videos that this goes up until the Majin Buu saga, so that's a really long arc.
It's like a greatest hits version of DBZ, the anime. I mean.
And for all you know, maybe it's part of the story, maybe it's a DLC, but who knows if it reaches Dragon Ball Super? Who knows if it reaches the Tournament of Power?
I hope it does, but even then, up to Majin Buu, that's a lot of content.
That's a lot of game.
You'll fight Raditz, you'll fight Frieza, you'll fight Cell.
Exactly. And in this combat, alright, so just to walk you through more combat. So yes, you have two buttons that are at your disposal, which is the normal attack and the key blasts. The rest are like basically movement, charging up. However, you have several buttons. You have commands 1 to order for assists. So Piccolo is with me here. You can select him to come in on your behalf, attack the enemy on your behalf. You can consume your items. So these are heals, these are whatever. And then, although I didn't discover it until very later in this game, which you will see, I was able to discover that you do have equipable skills like the Kamehameha. Like there's one thing, and I found this through watching another video. You have the gut punch ability. If you remember from the anime, you have this one punch that people just like pass out.
Well, Gee, I wonder why you didn't use those skills. Noob. Noob.
It was in Japanese. Okay, so this possibly. Okay, so this is the second half of this battle. There was a bunch of cutscenes that happened before, but this is where this game shines. They are able to really capture the epic anime
It
moments.
does look hella cool. I mean, even
And not just that. Aside from the looks, they use Chala Head Chala really well. We're going to make you hear it. You can sort of hear it in the background right now. But the usage of it in battles just make it so much more epic.
just elevates the battle.
Really, especially with moments like these. Okay, I'll let you listen. Check it out. See, it just made that entire moment so much more epic. And attacks like that, it's so anime. That's the only thing I can say.
Very.
It's so amazingly anime. So yeah,
I mean, I can't wait to see the other bosses.
right,
Not just visually, but the sound. What music will they use?
exactly. And I hope that they continue to use iconic music from the series as the arcs go into the future.
Yeah.
And you'll see here that I finally discovered how to use Kamehameha Wave.
I remember when we were playing, like, uh, you were disappointed you can't use Kamehameha.
Right, it's like, where
and
is
then,
it? And then, oh, this is it. So here's me, so that's a gut punch. That's a
Oh,
gut
you want
punch right there. And yes, it's so great. Finally using it. I'm in totally critical health, I guess. That's why I'm reading out. But see,
looks great though. Like,
we end it in the most anime way possible. With an A rank, by the way.
Respect.
Using a
A-rank.
Kamehameha wave. And, okay, one of the final things that we can discuss is that, like I said, the anime part of this game is so great because of the iconic cutscenes. Of course, it's fully voiced. I'm waiting to see if they actually use the English voice cast. I think they did.
I think they should.
I think yeah. I'm not sure if they did already, because I'm sure there are like English versions, right? But yeah, it's great. And Goku holding Raditz tail provocatively, but yeah.
Well,
But yeah. So it's an overall great experience.
Yeah.
For those of you who want to have that nostalgia trip, and a lot of Dragon Ball games sort of ride on that.
that's true.
And here you get to really feel it's like the anime moments, the anime hype times 100.
Basically, you're playing the anime,
And
but a
that's
modernized version of the
right.
anime.
With really good graphics.
Mm.
I'm hoping that it has a really good system. I think you mentioned to me off screen that it's the RPG elements that you're a bit worried about.
Yeah, because I think the developers mentioned that the bosses will be difficult.
Right.
Like there will be a level gap.
Right.
But since it's an RPG,
you can grind it.
you can either grind it or you can go under leveled so you can really feel like it's against all odds.
That's true. You know what? That'd be great. And
Yeah.
then you suddenly power up at
Yeah,
the
but
end.
again, since we've only played a quick demo, we didn't really explore the RPG elements much.
You'll get to see the Raditz scene here, and Gohan comes out. It's super anime. So like I said, just to wrap this all up, I think this is definitely something to watch out for. I think Bandai. I was doubtful initially, and I thought that might be another Dragon Ball game. It doesn't exactly hit the mark for me. Wasn't exactly a big fan of the Cineverse series, but this one really appealed to me, especially after giving it a chance to play, especially after checking out various videos on it, various content. I'm sold. I want to see more. I was worried that they cut the story short because it's just a lot of content, but apparently it reaches Majin. So that's already something.
From the looks of it, it might even be a good starting point for new fans of the series.
Exactly. And I think for people who are not familiar, you can always just combine this with watching the actual anime.
That's true.
So these all of these thoughts, we can't wait for more news and see that wrap up. That wrap up is perfect way to end this video. All right, guys. You for more news on Dragon Ball and other Tokyo Game Show
Yeah.
stuff, please stay tuned to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. All that good stuff. It really helps us out. Thank you so much. For now, this has been Rob.
And Nico.
All right, from Geek signing off. Till next time, boys and girls. Keep on gaming.